I'm at Circle C Disc Golf Course in Austin, Texas, and there are no pictures on the scorecard. This is the first hole at Circle C. It's a 440-foot par 4 dogleg left. I threw my tee shot low, and I'm nothing if not consistent, so I throw this one low too. I hit some logs up there, and it leaves me about 80 feet short. So like I said, I left this about 80 feet short. I bounced off these logs here. I'm just taking my putting putter and just going to lay this up short. I don't really have a makeable shot at this, but I can set it up there and just take my par. Okay, so I'm even through one. I'll take that. I like birding the first hole, but it doesn't always work out that way. So on to this little second hole, which I am capable of birdieing, but it's kind of a tough shot for me. I don't have the strongest backhand, so I have to really work hard to throw this backhand anhyzer that this calls for. So the second hole dogleg's more right than what it shows on this placard. As you can see here, it goes out about 100 feet and then takes this little right-hand turn down toward the basket. I used to throw my flick here, but I was starting to have trouble controlling the skips that I was getting, and I would skip down behind the basket, leaving me with a little kind of uphill putt to the basket. I found that the backhand ante actually works really well to get to this basket. Here comes a really bad backhand anhyzer in 3, 2, 1. My disc is right there. The basket is right there. And I've got a bunch of trees and stuff in my way, so really I'm just playing for par at this point. So you can see I have these trees between my disc and the basket, and I'm just trying to find a way to get my disc through these trees. I find a little spot here, and still looking around a little bit, but I do find a little spot here and kind of toss the disc through the trees to get up close to the basket. I'm pretty proud of this throw and this scramble for this up and down. In ball golf, you learn to scramble a lot at first when you're picking up the game, and it seems to be the same thing in disc golf, that you learn how to scramble before you learn how to really play golf, because you're in so much trouble all the time. So I'll take this par, and I'm happy with it. All right, another short par 3 here. You can just see the basket there in the distance. Tee pad's right here. The play here is kind of a little flip up backhand for a righty, just to get it to drift right just a touch and then kind of hyzer into the basket. It's not a throw I'm great at, but it is the throw. It's hard to tell in this video from this angle that there's no real throw for a forehand for a righty here. You have to get the disc to flip up to the right and then work back left. So you're kind of forced to throw a backhand right hand. If you were a lefty, you could throw forehand, but I am not, and I just threw a terrible throw, by the way. So yeah, that was pretty bad. I'm out of practice. I'm not making excuses. I am out of practice, though. I haven't thrown discs in a few weeks. I travel a lot for work, so it makes it hard to get out here and play disc golf or regular golf, ball golf. I'd like to get back into both of those, but you know, with my work schedule, it makes it a little tough. It is what it is. I come out and enjoy the day. I actually got lucky not to be in these trees, so I have a little kind of patent pending shot of about 80 or 90 feet. Yeah, Circle C is one of my favorite disc golf courses. I mean, not that I've played all that many, but I do enjoy this course a lot. It's a good course to learn how to play the game. I mean, there are a lot of daunting shots, but if you can master some of those skills are transferable to other less challenging courses. So I enjoy playing here and I enjoy the challenge of it. In a lot of ways, it reminds me a lot of when I first started playing ball golf and the challenges I faced trying to learn that game. Very similar to trying to learn this game. Okay, we got us a little par 3 that kind of goes, it calls for a hyzer. You really want to go to the right of these trees, right here. You can go to the right of those and get the disc to hyzer around to the left. Your basket is right in here. Well, that's the first time I've hit that gap in a long time. That was a really good throw. I might actually have a look at a birdie here to get to one down. Okay, so I'm one down. As you can see, the 5th hole here at Circle C, 677 feet from these front tees. I don't play from the back. I'm not up to that level yet. It's a par 5, pretty sharp dogleg left after, or I'm sorry, dogleg right after, yeah, what, about 300 feet or so? And then it's straight on and kind of uphill to the basket. So the key here is to get off the tee, which I'm hoping to do. This isn't the easiest shot on the course. You have to avoid this tree and still get the disc far enough so that you have a chance to get around the corner. I go forehand here. I feel like it offers me the best play to kind of flip up around the back side of that tree and then hyzer out to the right back into the middle of the fairway before I hit the trees on the left. It's a tough shot, but a lot of times I can pull it off. Let's see if I can do it this time. Probably threw that a little lower than I would have liked, but it's in good shape. Should be able to get around the corner and pretty far down there and see if I can't make a birdie. Make the second one in a row. If I'd have thrown it a little higher, I probably would have gotten down to this mud puddle that's on the left side of the screen there, but I'm not in bad shape. Pretty happy with where I am. I have a nice little forehand around the corner. I am about to make a big mistake, though, in what disc I pick. Okay, that shot didn't hyzer as much as I would have liked. And the reason it didn't is because I took the wrong disc. I threw a trespass when I should have taken something a little more stable. I guess there's a little breeze blowing in, or maybe I threw it a little harder than what I wanted to. My disc is right there. The basket is up those stairs. You can just see it right there. So it's a tricky little shot. I think I can throw like a stable forehand mid-range and try to get up there. Worst case scenario, I make par, but I really would still like to make birdie. Okay, so I know I said I was going to take a mid-range, but I actually decided to go with a driver here, an overstable driver, and I'm trying to hit this spot. And you can see I don't hit it. And I end up leaving myself about 35 feet uphill to try to make a birdie. In today's world, it can be hard to find time to just relax and enjoy everything around us. The beauty in nature and trees and birds and rocks and the wind. And just find peace. So right now, I'm going to offer you 32 seconds of peace.
I don't mind telling you, when this shot left my hand, I thought it was in.
That's a par. If you've never played here before, this course, you really kind of have to, what I like to say is you have to make your hay in the first 5 holes. You really want to be under par in the first 5 because the course gets really tough, starts showing its teeth starting with the 6th hole. 7 and 8 aren't too bad, 9 is tough, 10 is tough, 11 is very tough. So really you have 4 really tough holes and 2 that aren't tough, but they're not automatic birdies either in the next 6 holes. So you really have to try to hang on through 11 and then hope to make a birdie or 2 on 12 or 13 and then just hang on again. I guess you can try to birdie 15. 15's a birdie hole, but for the most part, you really have to set yourself up early in the round out here. All right, so this is the 6th hole. You have a little tunnel that you can throw a forehand with a very stable disc on the left, or you can try to shoot this gap and get down there toward the corner. It usually leaves you a better shot if you do that, but I have thrown the forehand around the corner and been in decent shape too. I haven't thrown in a while, and I'm not super confident about being able to hit that gap with my backhand. So I'm probably going to take something very stable and just throw it up the left side and let it hyzer back into the middle of the fairway.
This is a really stable disc for me that I'm throwing. I know it's probably not very stable, relatively speaking, but I don't have that strong of an arm. But the trick on this throw is to miss those trees right there that I just flew past. And you can see I'm skipping down into the fairway. That was actually a really good throw. I'm proud of that throw.
So that was one of the best shots I've ever thrown in this hole. I don't know if it showed up in coverage. I'll try to see in post, but that was a great shot. Huge skip out there into the middle of the fairway.
I prefer the forehand on this throw because it tends to hyzer out around these trees. The backhand sometimes goes in these trees.
So just threw one of the best drives I've ever thrown on this hole. Way down here, out in the open. Got a straight down look at the basket down this little alley. So really it's just a matter of putting the disc up there by the basket and seeing if I can make my first birdie on this hole.
So the basket is right down here, and I'm forced to a backhand, and you're about to see a really bad backhand. Here it comes.
Yeah, that's what I get for thinking about birdie before I even throw the second shot. I know better. That was terrible.
So I'm forced to go backhand here from about 100 feet with just my putter. It's just a stock upshot that I probably threw a little too far left, but it slides up there even with the basket. I basically just have a 10-footer for par.
So I'm 1 down through 6. Not terrible. I'll take a par on the 6th hole almost every time. After that drive, though, I feel like I kind of wasted one there. That was a great drive, and I don't get great drives on that hole very often, so I really wish I'd have thrown a better second shot, but such is the game. If I make 18 pars, that's an even par round, so I would take that. Man, I'd like to make a birdie on that hole sometime.
7 is a short par 3 that doglegs left pretty sharply. I'll show you how to play it.
The important thing on this hole is to miss that tree. You have to go to the right of this tree, then dogleg left. So righty backhand is a perfect shot, but for those of us who don't have a very strong backhand, this is a tricky hole.
Pretty happy with this throw. I threw it on a nice line with a nice angle. I probably could have thrown it a little higher if I'm going to be critical of it. Probably could have thrown it maybe with a little anhyzer just to get it to flip up a little bit before it started hyzering over toward the basket. But all in all, it was a pretty good throw, and I'm very happy with it. Just approaching my disc now. It's laying right up here, just on the other side of one of these rocks, and I'll have a look at a throw for birdie, but I probably won't actually try it.
Yeah, that's pretty much as good as it gets for me on this hole. There's my disc, there's the basket. As you can see, this is kind of a death putt. If you miss this, there's a real chance of the disc rolling away from the basket. So I think discretion is going to be the better part of valor here. I'm just going to lay up and take my par. This is a weird hole for me. I was really bad at this hole for a while. Then I got good at it, and now I'm bad at it again. The trick to this hole, the basket is down here to the left. You gotta miss this tree right here. This little skinny dude right here. Whatever you can throw that's gonna miss that tree should hyzer into the basket and leave you an easy look at birdie. But
So I'm taking an understable mid-range here in Origin, and I'm throwing an actually really good shot. Good height, nice little S flight on it, hyzered right toward the basket. I'm very pleased with that shot.
well, I'm sure I don't have to tell you I'm pretty happy with that shot. My disc is, where the hell is it? Right there. And the basket is right there. I've got 15 feet for birdie. See if I can make it. All right, 2 down through 8. Not bad. I will take that. Now this next set of holes, 9, 10, and 11, if I can get through these 3 holes even, I'm pretty happy about that. It's a tough set of holes. All right, so this is 9. It's hard to tell, but my camera is basically level right there. This thing plays severely uphill. It's not a long hole, but it's hard. It's tight. You can't go up. There are trees up there. So you have to throw basically a low rising shot up this hill. I've never birdied this hole. I've come really close, but I've never birdied it. Maybe I can today.
This hole is basically a set of rocky steps that goes up to the basket from the tee box. I've hit that barrier that's right in front of me there on the tee and had that look for a birdie before, but I've never made this putt. This is as close as I've come. And you can see that I'm kind of feeling it, that I almost should have made that.
Well, that is as close as I've come to birdieing that hole. I thought I had that one. Man.
So that was the front 9 at Circle C on the 27th of April, 2022. I'm 2 down through 9. I made birdies on 4 and 8 and made no bogeys. Not bad at all for me. I will take it. And if you've liked what you've seen, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And remember, there are no pictures on the scorecard.